Hi Nana. We were learning about the calculations which are based on balanced chemical equation. So generally, calculations based on balanced chemical equations there are of several types. One type of calculations are called as weight related calculations, weight volume related calculations, volume related calculations, weight mole related calculations, volume mole related calculations. There are several types of calculations. So in our previous video we have learnt about weight related calculations. Okay, so we will learn some more problems based on weight related calculations. Yesterday we have learnt two numerical problems based on weight related. Now we will learn the another numerical problem based on weight relation. So here the question is 200 grams of impure Na2CO3 sodium carbonate, okay, of 90% purity, of 90% purity is treated is 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 treated with excess of dilute sulfuric acid, okay, such that it reacts completely. It reacts completely as under this equation. So one equation is given. What is that equation? Sodium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, okay, to form sodium sulfate as one of the product. Along with sodium sulfate, water is formed and carbon dioxide is also liberated. Already we know that generally when carbonates are reacted with acids, what happens? They form, when carbonate is reacted with acid, the reaction will liberate carbon dioxide and the salt is formed, the salt which is related to acid and this carbonate, along with the formation of water. So this is the reaction which is happening here. So now this is the question. What is the question? 200 grams of impure sodium carbonate of 90% purity. Sodium carbonate of 90% purity is taken. So which sodium carbonate? It is impure sodium carbonate. If it is 100% purity, then it is said to be pure. If it is 90% or 80% or any other percent other than 100%, then it is said to be impure. So impure sodium carbonate is made to react with sulfuric acid. So this one is taken in excess amount and the reaction takes place. That means this sodium carbonate is it reacts completely. Sodium carbonate is reacted completely with dilute sulfuric acid. So this is the reaction actually. So now calculate the weight of calculate the weight of pure sodium sulfate. Calculate the weight of pure sodium sulfate formed in the reaction. Okay, formed in the reaction. So the atomic masses of these elements were given. So sodium atomic mass is given as 23. Carbon is given as 12. Oxygen is given as 16. Okay, hydrogen is given as 1. So already we know sulfur is given as 32. Okay, so this is the data and this is the question, and we need to calculate the weight of pure sodium sulfate formed. So actually this is the reaction. Now check whether it is a balanced or not. So 2 sodiums, 1 carbon, 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur, oxygens, how many is 3 plus 4, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is balanced chemical equation. So based on this balanced chemical equation, we have to calculate. So here, sodium carbonate is given, certain weight of sodium carbonate is given, and we have to calculate the weight of sodium sulfate which is formed. So now here, with the help of weight of one substance, the weight of other substance is calculated in this reaction. Hence, such a reaction will come under weight relation category. So how to solve this problem? Now, in order to solve this problem, so first of all we have to know how much amount of pure sodium carbonate is present. So here 200 grams of impure sodium carbonate is present. So 90% purity means, what is the meaning of this one? 90% pure Na2CO3 means, it indicates what? It indicates that if you take 100 grams, so only 90 grams you will get the pure sodium carbonate and 10 grams will be impurity. So the meaning of 90% pure Na2CO3 means, so out of 100 grams of the substance, only 90 grams of Na2CO3 is produced. That means 10 grams is impurity. Okay, so that is the meaning of this one. So 90 grams out of 100 grams of the substance, only 90 grams of Na2CO3 is produced. It is present, and remaining 10% is impurity. So in the question, 200 grams of impure Na2CO3 is taken. How much? 200 grams of impure Na2CO3 is taken. So if 100 grams, for every 100 grams, 90 grams of Na2CO3 is present. Therefore, in 200 grams of Na2CO3, so it is impure. If you take 200 grams of impure Na2CO3, it is equal to 180 grams of pure Na2CO3. So that is the meaning of this one. Because if you take 100 grams of Na2CO3, impure Na2CO3, you will get only 90 grams of pure Na2CO3. Suppose if it is 200 grams of Na2CO3, impure Na2CO3, then you will get, so based on these calculations, so here 90% impurity, 90% pure Na2CO3 means if it is 100 grams of impure, then you will get only 90 grams of pure from 100 grams of impure. So here in the question, 200 grams of impure Na2CO3 is given. That means, so actually only 180 grams of pure Na2CO3 is present. So only 180 grams of Na2CO3 only will react with sulfuric acid, and remaining 20 grams out of 200 grams, it won't react with sulfuric acid because it is not Na2CO3, it is some other impurity. Right. Now according to the balanced chemical equation, so here 1 mole of this one will react with the excess sulfuric acid to form 1 mole of sodium sulfate. See, 1 mole of sodium carbonate. So what is the mass? What is the molecular weight of 1 mole of sodium carbonate? So here 2 sodiums are there, that means 46 plus the carbonate means 60. So altogether it will be equal to 106. So 106. So in terms of moles, if 1 mole of Na2CO3, its weight will be equal to 106 grams. Here Na2SO4, 1 mole of Na2SO4 means, so 46 plus SO4 means 96. So it will be equal to 102 plus 40. So 142. It will be equal to 142 grams. 142 grams. That means if you use 106 grams of sodium carbonate in the reaction, pure, this is pure substance. So if you use 106 grams of pure Na2CO3, we will get 142 grams of pure sodium sulfate. But here, how much amount of pure Na2CO3 is present? 180 grams of pure Na2CO3 is present. So that means if 180 grams of pure Na2CO3 is there, then how much amount of pure Na2SO4 will be formed? So according to the balanced chemical equation, every 106 grams of sodium carbonate can produce 142 grams of sodium sulfate upon reaction with sulfuric acid. So here we have 180 grams. Instead of 106 grams, we have 180 grams. Then how much amount of sodium sulfate is produced? So simply upon cross multiplication, then you will get the value of X. X will be equal to 142 into 180 by 106. So upon calculation, finally you will get 241.13 grams of pure sodium sulfate we will get during the reaction. So like this we can solve such problems. Okay, so here we have used weight relationship. So if this much weight of sodium carbonate is given, so that much weight of sodium sulfate is formed. That means the relation, these two are related by weight. So we are relating these two substances by weight. Hence it is said to be weight relation. Okay. So based on this numerical problem, some practice problems are given in the textbook. So we have to solve those practice problems. Next we will learn about we will solve the next numerical problem, fourth numerical problem. So all these numerical problems, they are of different models. So we have to solve all these numerical problems. Okay, and after that we have to solve the practice problems, then we'll get sufficient knowledge. So now we'll learn numerical problem 4, how to solve numerical problem 4. The question goes like this: 3.08 grams of pure carbon dioxide is formed. So this carbon dioxide is gas. Okay, so pure carbon dioxide is formed according to the equation. So by this equation. So some equation is given. What is that equation? See, lead carbonate lead carbonate when reacted with an acid, dilute nitric acid, so this equation is given. So dilute nitric acid, so it is balanced equation. So what is formed? Lead nitrate is formed. Okay, suppose if it is sulfuric acid, then we will get lead sulfate. As it is nitric acid, we got lead nitrate. Okay, and water and carbon dioxide is liberated along with this. Okay, carbon dioxide gas is liberated. So the question is, so here in the from this equation, so here the question is related to carbon dioxide. 3.08 grams of pure carbon dioxide is formed by this equation. How much amount of carbon dioxide? 3.08 grams of carbon dioxide is formed. So first we will go according to the balanced chemical equation. So first we will write the data based on balanced chemical equation. So lead carbonate. So how many moles? 1 mole of lead carbonate is given and 2 moles. So no need of using all these things because we want only these two. So now let us complete the question. If a sample of, so first let us complete the question. If a sample of available lead carbonate, if a sample of available lead carbonate is 80% purity, 80% pure, so that means we didn't get 100% pure lead carbonate. The sample, we got the sample which is not 100% pure, it is of only 80% pure. If a sample of available lead carbonate is 80% pure, then find its weight required to complete, which is required, okay, to complete the above reaction. To complete the above reaction. So that means, so for the completion of this above reaction, so how much amount of lead carbonate is required? So actually in this reaction how much amount of carbon dioxide is formed? So this much amount of carbon dioxide is formed. For the formation of 3.08 grams of carbon dioxide, how much amount of lead carbonate is required? Impure lead carbonate is required. Okay, see, so to solve such problems, again we have to take the help of this balanced chemical equation. So again I am writing lead carbonate produces lead nitrate, okay, plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. So according to this equation, so 1 mole of lead carbonate is producing 1 mole of carbon dioxide. What is the weight of 1 mole of lead carbonate? So one lead, its atomic number, these atomic masses of these elements are also given in the data. Lead is equal to 207 atomic mass, okay, and carbon atomic mass anyhow we know 12, and oxygen is equal to 16. So it is better to remember the atomic masses of lead, okay. So lead carbonate, what is the weight of lead carbonate? PbCO3 means, so CbO3, remember it has 60, lead 207, so 207 plus 60, that means it will be 267. So 1 mole of lead carbonate is equal to 267 grams. 1 mole of lead carbonate will produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide. That means 267 grams of lead carbonate can produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide, means 44 grams. Okay, so here pure, if it is pure, 267 grams of pure lead carbonate can produce 44 grams of pure carbon dioxide. So for the formation of 44 grams of carbon dioxide, so this much amount of lead carbonate is necessary. It is essential. It is required. So but in the question, how much amount of pure carbon dioxide is formed? 3.08 grams of pure carbon dioxide is formed. So for the formation of 3.08 grams of the pure carbon dioxide, how much amount of lead carbonate, pure lead carbonate is necessary? So now upon cross multiplication, so then X will be equal to what? 3.08 into 267 by 44. Okay, so we will get some value 18.69 grams of X will be equal to, that means from pure, how much amount of pure lead carbonate is present? So here pure lead carbonate is equal to 18.69 grams of pure lead carbonate is present. 44 grams of pure carbon dioxide is obtained from 267 grams of pure lead carbonate according to this balanced chemical equation. So this balanced chemical equation says that every 44 grams of carbon dioxide is obtained from every 267 grams of lead carbonate. If that is the case, then here in the question 3.08 grams of carbon dioxide is prepared. So this much amount of carbon dioxide can be prepared from how much amount of pure lead carbonate? So this can be known by solving this relationship. So finally it is understood that how much amount of pure lead carbonate is present? So 18.69 grams of pure lead carbonate is present. Okay, so it is pure lead carbonate. Now the question is, so lead carbonate is 80% pure and pure. That means suppose if impure lead carbonate, if impure lead carbonate is 100, then in that you will get only 80 grams. You will get only 80 grams of pure lead carbonate. So the meaning of this one is lead carbonate is 80% pure. That means if you take impure lead carbonate, 100 grams of impure lead carbonate, you will get only 80 grams of pure lead carbonate. You will get only 80 grams of pure lead carbonate. That means 80 grams of pure lead carbonate is obtained from 100 grams of impure. 80 grams of pure lead carbonate is obtained from 100 grams of impure. That means for the production of 80 grams of pure lead carbonate, 100 grams of impure lead carbonate is necessary. Here in the question, we got only 18.69 grams of pure carbonate. We don't have 80 grams of pure carbonate. We got only 18.69 grams of pure carbonate from the calculations. That means 80 grams is obtained. 80 grams of pure lead carbonate is obtained from 100 grams of impure lead carbonate. Then 18.69 grams of pure lead carbonate can be obtained from how much amount of impure lead carbonate? So to solve this one, again X will be equal to what? 100 into 18.69 divided by 80. So what you will get? So this x is different from that. Okay. Or else we will write a y here. Y. So it will be equal to 23.69 grams. It will be equal to 23.36 grams. That means how much amount of lead carbonate? So here actually how much amount of lead carbonate is required for the production of 3.08 grams of carbon dioxide? It is actually 18.69 pure lead carbonate is required. But we don't have pure lead carbonate. We have impure lead carbonate, and that too 80% impure lead carbonate. So how much amount of impure lead carbonate we have to take in order to get 18.69 grams of pure lead carbonate? So we have to take this much amount. We have to take how much? 23.36 grams of impure lead carbonate if you take, then from that we will get only 18.69 grams of pure lead carbonate, and that lead carbonate if you made to react with nitric acid, you will get 3.08 grams of carbon dioxide. So that is the answer. So if a sample of available lead carbonate is 80% purity, then find its weight required. Its weight required means, so about what? About impure lead carbonate only the question is. So find its weight. Find which one weight of which one? Weight of impure carbonate. So required to complete the above reaction. So here from this calculation we got the weight of pure carbonate. But the question is, we have to find the weight of impure lead carbonate. So from the value of pure lead carbonate, so finally we could able to calculate the amount of impure lead carbonate required for the production, for the reaction to occur. So in this way we can solve the question. So again, based on this numerical problem, some more practice problems are given. I hope you understood. If you didn't understand, just you ask me, you mail me, or else you phone me. Okay, I will clarify your doubt. Okay, now we will learn about some problems based on weight volume relationship. So now we will learn some problems based on weight volume relationship. Okay. Weight volume relationship problems we will learn. Numerical problem 1. Calculate the volume of NO2 formed. Calculate the volume of NO2 formed at STP. At STP and the weight of copper oxide formed, okay, formed in grams, okay, when 1.88 grams of copper nitrate crystals when 1.88 grams of copper nitrate crystals decompose decompose as under, so, okay, till no further, so until no further loss in weight, no further loss in weight, until no further loss in weight. So that means, what is the meaning of until no loss in weight? That means the reaction is that means the reactant is completely reacted. So as under means some equation is given, balance equation is given. So what is each one? Copper nitrate. So copper nitrate, already we know the specialty of copper nitrate. The only nitrate salt which is colored is copper nitrate. It is bluish green colored crystals. So we have learnt about this one in our previous textbook, in our 9th class ICSE textbook. Okay, right. So copper nitrate crystals, upon heating, what happens? It produces copper oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. So this is a balanced chemical equation. So generally, when nitrate salts are heated, those nitrate salts will convert will produce NO2, reddish brown colored gas, and oxygen gas is liberated, and that oxide of that substance is formed. Nitrate, when it is heated, it converts into oxide, reddish brown colored gas is formed along with that, and even oxygen gas is also formed. So in this question, copper atomic mass is given as 64, nitrogen mass is given as 14, and oxygen's mass is given as 16. So what we have to calculate? So we have to calculate the volume of NO2 formed. How much amount of NO2 is formed? How much? This is a gas, and even this is also gas. So we have to find the volume of NO2 formed at STP, and also the weight of copper oxide formed. So we have to find the weight of this one and the volume of this one formed when 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is heated. See, first we will write some basics based on this balanced chemical equation. So here 2 moles of copper nitrate, upon heating it produces 2 moles of copper oxide and 4 moles of NO2. So no need of writing oxygen, because here no need of here oxygen is not mentioned. So the things mentioned here are we have to find the weight of copper oxide and volume of NO2. So based on this one, some weight of this one is given. How much? 1.88 grams. So weight is given and we have to find the volume. Hence it is called as, the relationship is said to be weight volume relationship. So 2 moles of copper nitrate. So what is the molecular weight of copper nitrate? So CuNO3 taken twice. So NO3, it is 48 plus 14. How much it is? 62. 48 plus 14. 62. 62 into 2 plus copper is 64. So how much it will be? 124. 124 plus 4. 128 plus 60. So 184. 184 grams. That means 184, is it 184? 188 grams. 188 grams. 64 plus 4, 188 grams. Okay. $188. So 1 mole of copper nitrate weighs 188 grams. Here 2 moles of copper nitrate is given. So that means 2 into 188 grams of copper nitrate can produce 2 moles of copper oxide. So every 1 mole of copper oxide weighs how much? So copper is 64 plus 16. So how much it will be? So it will be 80. 80. 80. 1 mole of copper oxide weighs 80. So here 2 moles means 2 into 80. 2 into 80 grams are produced. 2 into 80 grams of copper oxide are produced from 2 into 188 grams of copper nitrate. But here in the question is how much amount of copper nitrate is used? Only 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is decomposed completely. So what is happened when copper nitrate is heated? It will decompose completely and form these products until no loss in weight. So there is no loss in weight during this process. That means this one, the meaning of this one is completely reacted. This one is completely reacted. So according to the balanced chemical equation, every 2 into 188 grams will produce 2 into 80 grams. So that means 188 will gram. If 2 into 188 produce 2 into 80, then 188 will produce 80 grams. Here the question is 1.88 grams. So from this it is understood that if 1.88 grams is reacted, then it produces 0.8 grams of copper oxide. Okay, so did you understand this step? So in the question 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is given. So according to the balance equation, every 188 grams of copper nitrate can produce 80 grams of copper oxide. So if it is 1.88 gram, then it will be equal to 0.8 grams of copper oxide. So how much amount of copper oxide is formed during this reaction? 80 grams of copper oxide is formed during the reaction. Then, so this part is finished. The weight of copper oxide formed, so is found to be 0.80 grams. And one more part is also given. We have to calculate the volume of NO2 formed at STP. So now we will find the relationship between this one and this one. So between these two we have calculated. Now we will calculate the formation of this one from this one. Okay, so I am rubbing this one. So in the other part of the question is we have to find the volume of NO2 formed when 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is decomposed. The volume of NO2 formed when how much? 1.88 grams of copper nitrate crystals. See, already we know that copper nitrate 1 mole of copper nitrate is equal to 1.88 grams because it is its molecular weight. So 1.88 grams equal to 1 mole, but 188 grams equal to 1 mole, but here 1.88 grams is given. So therefore 1.88 grams will be equal to how many moles? 188 grams is equal to 1 mole, then 1.88 grams will be equal to how many moles? So upon cross multiplication, so X will be equal to what? 1.88 by 188. So it will be equal to 0.01 mole. That means 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is equal to 0.01 mole. It is equal to 0.01 mole. 0.01 mole of copper nitrate. So this much weight is equal to 0.01 mole of copper nitrate. Right. So now from the balanced chemical equation, it is understood that when copper nitrate is 2 moles, then NO2 formed will be 4 mole. So 2 mole of copper nitrate can produce 4 mole of NO2 gas. That means 1 mole can produce, 1 mole of this one can produce 2 moles of NO2 gas. But here, how many moles of NO2 is given? How many moles of copper nitrate is given? So only 1.88 grams of copper nitrate. So 1.88 grams of copper nitrate equal to how many moles? It is equal to 0.01 moles only. So copper nitrate, if it is 188 grams, then it will be 1 mole. But here in the question, copper nitrate is 1.88 grams only. So as it is 1.88 grams, it will be equal to 0.01 mole. Okay. So how much amount of copper nitrate is present? 0.01 mole. Suppose if 1 mole of copper nitrate is present, it will produce 2 moles. But here only 0.01 mole of copper nitrate is present. Because this weight equal to 0.01 mole. Then how many moles of NO2 will form from this? So 1 mole will produce 2 moles. Then 0.01 will produce what? Double. So double this. So double this. Even we have to double even this one also. So 0.02 moles of NO2 is formed. NO2 gas is formed. NO2 gas is formed at STP, under STP conditions. Right? Now, so we have calculated the amount of NO2 formed in moles. But here in the question, we have to calculate the volume of NO2, not the moles of NO2. So in order to convert the moles into volume, so we have to use this relationship. As the condition is mentioned, STP. At STP, every 1 mole of any gas occupies a volume of 22.4 liters. That means 1 mole will be exactly equal to 22.4 liters at STP. Will be equal to 22.4 liters at STP. So here how many moles of NO2 is there? So if 1 mole equal to 22.4 liters, then 0.02 moles will be equal to how many liters? How many liters? Some X liters or else some Y liters. Then Y will be equal to how much? 0.02 into 22.4 by 1. So it will be how much? It will be 0.448 liters. That means what is Y? Y is nothing but the amount 0.02 is nothing, moles is nothing but the amount of NO2 liberated when 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is decomposed. Okay, so this is equal to Y in volumes. It is equal to Y. So that means the volume. What is Y? The volume of NO2 formed. The volume of NO2 formed when 0.01 mole, 0.01 mole, or else 1.88 grams of copper nitrate is heated. of copper nitrate is heated. Okay, so that means the volume of NO2 formed, how much it will be equal to? 0.448 liters. So the answer for this one is 0.448 liters. So in this way we can calculate the problem. Okay, so like this the problems can be calculated. So we will learn some more concepts based on the mole concept. So in the next video. Bye.